my mother across the dinner table and said, "Why did you invite the old hag again?" My mother had been staying with us for 2 weeks. She had just had knee surgery and couldn't take care of herself alone. I was her only child. My father had passed away 3 years ago. There was no one else to help her recover. I had asked my husband Leonard before she arrived if it was okay. He said fine. He said no problem. He said whatever you need. He said all of that with a smile on his face like a good husband who supported his wife. Then my mother actually arrived and Leonard's smile disappeared. He complained about everything. He complained that she used too much hot water. He complained that she watched television too loud. He complained that she took too long in the bathroom. He complained that her medication bottles cluttered the counter. He complained that she talked too much during dinner. He complained about her breathing once. I told him she had just had surgery and needed patience. He said he was being patient. He said I didn't appreciate how patient he was being. My mother tried to stay out of his way. She apologized for everything even when she hadn't done anything wrong. She thanked him constantly for letting her stay. She bought groceries with her own money even though I told her not to. She did whatever she could to make herself small and invisible because she could feel Leonard's irritation every time she walked into a room. 2 weeks into her stay, we were having dinner. I had made pot roast because it was Leonard's favorite. My mother had helped me peel potatoes even though her knee hurt because she wanted to be useful. Leonard ate his food without saying thank you. He scrolled through his phone between bites. He acted like we weren't even there. Then his friend Barry called. Leonard answered at the dinner table because Leonard didn't believe in manners. Barry asked what Leonard was doing tonight. Leonard said he was stuck at home. Barry asked why. Leonard looked right at my mother and said, "When is the old hag going home?" He said it into the phone, but he made sure she could hear every word. He said his wife's mother was staying with them and she was driving him crazy. He said she was ancient and useless and smelled like old lady perfume. He said he couldn't wait for her to leave so his house could go back to normal. My mother set down her fork. Her hands were shaking. Her eyes were wet. She excused herself quietly and went to the guest room where she had been sleeping for the past 2 weeks. I heard the door close softly. She didn't slam it. She didn't make a scene. She just disappeared because that's what my mother did when she was hurt. She made herself even smaller. I stared at Leonard while he continued his conversation with Barry. He laughed at something Barry said. He made plans to go out this weekend. He hung up and went back to eating like nothing had happened. He noticed me staring and asked what my problem was. I asked him if he really just called my mother an old hag. He shrugged. He said he was just venting. He said when we got married, he expected it to be just the two of us. I reminded him that I had asked permission before she came. He said he didn't realize she would stay so long. I said it had been 2 weeks. He said that was 2 weeks too many. I got up from the table and went to check on my mother. She was sitting on the bed crying silently the way she always cried, without sound, without wanting to bother anyone. I sat next to her and held her hand. I apologized for Leonard. She said it wasn't my fault. She said maybe she should go home early. She said she could hire a nurse or something. She said she didn't want to cause problems in my marriage. I told her she wasn't going anywhere. I told her she was staying until her doctor said she was ready to be on her own. I told her Leonard could deal with it. She shook her head and said she didn't want me to fight with my husband over her. She said marriage was hard enough without adding family drama. She said she would call a car service in the morning. I told her absolutely not. I went back to the dining room where Leonard was finishing his pot roast. I told him my mother was staying until she was fully recovered. He said he didn't agree to that. I said I wasn't asking for his agreement. He said this was his house too. I said then maybe he should start acting like it was a home and not a prison for inconvenient guests. He said I was choosing my mother over him. I said he was making me choose. That night I moved into the guest room with my mother. I told Leonard I would sleep there until she left. He said I was being ridiculous. I said I was being a daughter. My mother stayed for another month. Her recovery took longer than expected because of a small complication. Leonard complained every single day. He complained to me. He complained to Barry. He complained to anyone who would listen. He never apologized to my mother. He never took back what he said. He just waited for her to leave like she was a storm that needed to pass. When my mother finally went home, I helped her pack her bags. I drove her to her house and helped her get settled. I made sure she had everything she needed. Then I went back to my house and I packed my own bag. Full story on channel, link below.